Hey everyone, Kyle Walker here. If you love cars, fixing things, or just want to understand your vehicle better, you're in the right place. I share hands-on tips, smart driving advice, and straight-up car talk without the fluff. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around till the end. You don't want to miss what's coming up. Let's get into it.
One of the major car companies in Europe is Fiat. The company is engaged in the manufacture of not only cars, but also special-purpose vehicles. In 1999, it celebrated its centennial. The name of the company has a musical sound, and it immediately becomes clear that the country of Fiat manufacturer is Italy. Surprisingly, but the brand is almost all its existence in the shadow of its peers. Fiat products. Many people associate the concern only with passenger cars, but the range of its products is much wider. Loaders, excavators, and bulldozers. Case, New Holland construction. Tractors, combines, and other agricultural equipment. Stair, Case-ion. Equipment for firemen, Magirus. Urban transport. Trolley buses, Iris bus. Trucks, Astra. Vehicles for military needs, Ivino defense vehicles. Company history. The history began in 1899. At that time, a group of investors in Turin founded a company aimed at the production of passenger cars under license from Renault. Its management was entrusted to Giovanni Agnelli, who was previously a policeman. This man showed strict discipline and imitated the brainchild of Henry Ford. The first owned car of the company was assembled in 1901, and a couple of years later the concern enters the world market. The abolition of tax on imported steel leads to active expansion. Fiat did not limit itself to the production of cars, and in parallel mastered and produced aircraft and ship power units. And after 11 years, a new stage was accomplished, serial, conveyor production of cars, which was launched at the new plant Lingotto. During this period, the brand was already engaged in the production of buses, as well as trucks. Before the onset of the war, Fiat was considered the leader of the automobile industry in Europe, adding a new car to the lineup every year. The wartime forced the brand to engage in the manufacture of equipment for combat operations. The manufacturer returned to the main craft only during the reign of Benito Mussolini. For 23 years, the plant had great times as a large number of branches were opened. This period began in 1922. In 1945, Agnelli was removed from his position. The reason for this was that he was an adherent of fascism. The next stage of the concern's development occurred in 1957, when the production of the Nuova 500 model was launched. The total number of purchases of this small car for 15 years amounted to about 3 million. The end of the 60s came and the brand got a second life. The reason for the rapid development was the concern's cooperation with the USSR. Thus, the well-known to this day Kopek was created on the basis of Fiat 124. After a while, the company was absorbed by Lancia, which 10 years later also began to own Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Ferrari. As a result of such changes, the corporation became a monopolist of automobile production in Italy. In the 90s, the corporation suffered a decline. The reason for this was poor reliability of products. It is known that in 2002 its losses reached a record figure of $4.2 billion. Forecasts were disappointing, but despite this, the company continued to struggle and after 4 years again entered the profit. And in 2009, Chrysler went bankrupt and Fiat became the owner of part of the brand's shares. It was temporary, and after 5 years already received full control. Read also, where the production of legendary Mercedes cars is located. It is worth noting that the brand has always liked experiments and strived for development. So the first racing car from Fiat appeared. The release was successful, so they continued to work on this direction. Production capacity. The size of the corporation is astonishing. So, it manages 1,000 companies located in 61 countries around the globe. Production is established in Italy, Brazil, Argentina, France, Poland, Turkey, Mexico, Russia, Ukraine, etc. As for employees, their number reaches about 220,000. The largest production is located in Brazil. Here the plant can produce up to 3,000 models per day. Cooperation with each company has its own peculiarities. For example, some countries only assemble units imported from Italy, and somewhere parallel assembly of local equipment is allowed. The concern has previously shared its plans, in which it voiced about further expansion in the American, European, and African markets. The largest production capacities of the concern are concentrated in Italy, Toro, 500L, 500S, Fullback, Grande Punto, 124 Spider. Ducato, Poland, 500, Punto, Bravo. Turkey, Tipo, Albia, Linea. Russia, Ducato. Argentina, Punto, Tipo, Argo. Mexico, 500, Albia. Fremont. Brazil, Chroma, Bravo, Toro, Panda. Fiat Albia. Many drivers are interested in where the Fiat Albia is assembled. The car is designed for Eastern Europe. Initially, its manufacturing was carried out in Turkey, and after that in Mexico, Poland, and Russia. In Russia, this car was assembled at the Solars plant in Naberezhny Chelny. It lasted 11 years, and in 2011 sales of the small car for Russian consumers stopped. In the European car market, the model can be purchased in 3 configurations, at a price from $10,70,000. Fiat Ducato. The main production of the Ducato minibus is located in Italy, Seville Enterprise. There is also a Fiat Ducato of the Russian assembly. The plant is located in Elabug. Read also, types, device and principle of operation of steering racks on cars. The model is very popular due to its reinforced suspension, rich equipment, multifunctionality, comfortable interior, increased power of body elements, payload, and so on. But most importantly, the minibus is produced in different versions: chassis, combi, and van. The last variant has 4 modifications, designed for passenger transportation. The other variants are 6 modifications for cargo transportation and 8 standard ones. Advantages of cars. The corporation has extensive experience in automobile production, constantly introduces innovative technologies. It has a diverse model range. But not only this affects the high demand. So, Fiat can boast such advantages: individual style, which forms a recognizable image, the use of many modern systems that help the driver and guarantee safety, different versions of equipment, which allows you to choose the right equipment, powerful and economical. Engine, demand in the secondary market, affordable price for cars, service and spare parts, availability of different credit and leasing programs for purchase. Interesting facts. Fans of the brand will be interested to know some little-known interesting facts. The company's cars have been recognized as the best in Europe 12 times. The automobile concern does not entrust production to branches. Only in the third world countries they assemble models that have already become obsolete. The brand was the first to successfully implement a heating system, as well as ventilation. Fiat 124, which is the prototype of VAZ 2101, became the best car in the late 70s. The first diesel-powered common rail engine was produced at the company's plant. This event took place in 1986. 1936 is marked by the release of the smallest car in the world, which became very popular. It was produced in a large stream. Fiat Panda has 60 modifications, and the total number of sales is 4 million. Until 2000, the first SUV on the car market was the Fiat Campagnola. Fiat Cetisai and Suzuki SX4 are produced in one factory, and the same basis is used for this purpose. Famous Italians favor the brand's cars. For example, Felipe Massa, Alejandro Del Piero, etc. The main reason why the brand is inferior to its Italian competitors is economy. And there is also information that despite all the advantages of the company, their cars have shortcomings. For this reason, the English translate its name as "Fix It Again, Tony." The Germans say otherwise: defects in every node. The brand declares that it is not going to stop at what has been achieved and will expand international relations, as well as increase production figures. In conclusion, Fiat cars are produced in various locations around the world, with significant manufacturing plants in Italy, Poland, Brazil, and Serbia, among others. Each facility plays a crucial role in the brand's commitment to quality and innovation. As Fiat continues to evolve and adapt to the global automotive landscape, understanding where these vehicles are made gives us insight into the brand's heritage and its dedication to craftsmanship. Thank you for joining us on this journey to explore the origins of Fiat cars.